Hey everybody, Henry Maxwell here. How are you all today? Hope you're doing well. Anywho, we have a new game today, and it is called Perfect Love. So, honestly, this one, it seems more like kind of like a dating sim, but I have never actually played anything like this before, but I am very excited to. It just looks very creepy. As if Yandere is supposed to be after you or something like that. I read the game description a little bit, but I feel like it would be a lot more fun if we all just kind of went into it a little bit more blind. But just expect that it's going to be a little bit more like a dating sim with horror elements. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started, and let's see what happens. There we go. For a while, you were obsessed with the idea of a specific love. Not the type that was advertised in a romance book or romantic movies. Not the type that grows together, that supports each other, the type that others envy. You wanted the type that corrodes and suffocates. The type that held on to you, clinging, begging to be loved. Who could only think about you, to only have you, whatever the cost. You had dated countless people to find that love, all failures. It was never enough, and it would never be enough. You discarded them all aside and decided, if no one could give you the love you craved, then you would create someone who could. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, let's go with Eris. I actually really like that. Eris. Eris, the creator of strife and discord. Perhaps it was fitting I was born with a name like this. Well then, let's begin. You remember when you first met him, the person who you would create the perfect love from. College life was as dull as normal. Classes to studying to group calls. While walking aimlessly, you heard the cries of a poor individual. A student in the corner, mercilessly taunting and beating up a poor victim. Despite already graduating into college, it seems some students still kept their bullying habits from high school. Please, I completed the assignment like you said. Why are you... Come on, Milo. You know why it has to be like this. Who was the one who tried to out us to the profs? We're the only ones who even tolerate you, you know. We're your only friends. And friends, well, they don't just snitch on other friends. I swear, I didn't. It wasn't... What a sad sight to see. You almost felt bad. Almost. You walked up to them casually. Move. You're causing a disturbance. But what are you? Turning to you, flinches visibly, shrinking away in fear. Did you hear me? I didn't think... Leave. You could almost hear him whimper as he ran away, his tail between his legs. Gracefully, you walked to the victim, pulling him up by the arm. Thank you. He stumbles forward and leans on you, before scrambling and adjusting himself. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Those friends of yours are rather cruel, aren't they? He looks up at you for a bit, startled. Well, can't blame them. I transferred only a bit ago and I'm still not used to being in such a new area. They took me in when I had nobody else. So, whether I like them or not, it's better than being alone. Especially since my family's so far away. He looks up at you with resolve. But you were able to scare them away so easily. How did you... It's pretty simple, really. They know not to mess with me. You need to know how to speak their language, that's all. Speak their language. He hesitates, biting his nails a bit. Why? Why did you save me? You just did it because you felt sorry for me, right? I mean, I get it, it's just we're in some of the same classes, right? You just want me to do your homework, so I understand. I did it because I was worried about you. I don't care about making you do my homework. Worried? About me? Of course. Who wouldn't be worried about someone being bullied? Well, it seems at least I did. Milo seems silent at first, but eventually speaks up. This may be a bit presumptuous, but could you teach me how to stand up for myself like you did? You look at him, your gaze not wavering. Milo, change. You transferred only last year, correct? I believe you're taking kinesiology. I think I said that right. And you have pretty impressive grades. How did you know that? I keep an eye on things that have my interest. If I had known you were being bullied, I would have stepped in further. Oops. I would have stepped in sooner. Milo turns a shade of pink. After hearing that, you had interest in him. It was hard not to keep an eye on him. He always glanced at you whenever you passed him by. So I just realized that we're playing this in the eyes of the woman? Either that or maybe we're just also a guy as well. You know what? It's kind of unspecific. But regardless, who cares? Let's see what happens. We had some of the same classes, after all. You could always feel him watching, even when you weren't looking at him. Lonely, has a crush on you, isolated from his family and others like him. Meek and obedient. Why are you looking at me like that? Perfect. I'm uncomfortable. You want me to teach you? If you could. All right, I don't mind. On one condition. You reach out your hand unexpectedly. Date me. He's so shocked that he nearly falls over. You can't help but smile. What? Date? But He laughs awkwardly. Of course. You just wanted to mess around with me, right? Very funny. There's no way that you would actually like me. Don't say stuff like that. It sounds like you're already rejecting me. Especially since you're quite the catch. Milo turns beet red, unable to speak for a second. But a date? We just met. I don't know if I'm ready for... Milo, calm down, alright? The only way to get to know someone more personally is if you date them. Think of it as a test run. How can you know if you don't try? Right? I guess that's true. But I think I'd like to date someone I could spend my life with. It's kind of cheesy when I say it out loud. How perfect. I feel the same. I would only date someone I could depend on for all my life. So then, let's make it count. Shall we? You hold out your hand again, and he tenderly holds it. You won't betray me, right? It's just that people in the past would jokingly... Why would I do such a cruel thing, Milo? Can't you just trust me? The one who saved you? Okay, so here's the question here. Are we the manipulator? Or is he secretly kind of Yandere-ish to where he's completely obsessed with the person on whoever he is dating because he literally has no one else? Or is it a little bit of both? I'm intrigued. Let's continue. His face looks up with a bit of surprise. Saved me. That's right. So then, from now on, I am your... Oh, let's do... lover. I'm more preference towards women. Lover. Please treat me well. My lover. I'm uncomfortable. But this is a pretty damn good story so far. I'm so intrigued as to what Milo has to offer. He smiles nervously and taps his feet happily. I've never had someone like that. So I'm not sure what to expect. What kind of things should I do with my lover? How about we come up with a nickname for each other? A nickname? What do you think would be a good nickname? Let's see. How about my pet? Pet? That nickname is... Why? Do you not like it? I think it's rather cute. Or do you think I chose wrong? You can see him fidgeting with his fingers. No, pet is fine. Despite any possible complaints, you could see that he enjoyed being gifted a nickname. My pet. My pet. I feel so special. My pet. It feels so nice to be special, doesn't it? Well then, my pet. My classes are starting soon. Oh, so soon? I'll miss you. Clingy. Sorry, I didn't mean... It's alright, I think it's very cute, my pet. Don't try to dance around me. I am your lover, after all. I will accept all of you, so long as you do the same. Do you accept all that I am? This is weird. This is very weird. This is extremely weird. To the point where I don't know what is going on anymore. But I mean, like, these people are just such interesting characters. And who is Eris? Is she or he? I don't really know. Are they the Yandere, or is this person the Yandere? Or are they just the victim who just has no idea what they're needing to expect? I don't know. Let's see how far we can go. Yes, of course. Of course I do. Good. That makes me happy. You walk a few steps before stopping. Before I do, shall we set a time for a date? A date? So soon? No need to fret, my pet. It's just a way for us to know each other better. And so I can teach you how to stand up for yourself. Meet me at the split path at 7 p.m. and we can go somewhere fun together. I have a couple of good places. Okay. Split path. Don't be late, Milo. As you walked away, you could feel Milo's gaze boring in on you, watching as you left him behind. The start of an obsession. So he is the Yandere. We're just very weird. Is what it is. Anyway, at 7 p.m., you come to the split path and see Milo pacing about. Okay, be courteous and on time. Compliment them and don't forget to... Milo. Eek! Jumping, Milo fumbles the flowers that he brought with him. You brought flowers too. I feel bad. I should have brought something as well. No need. I just thought, I wanted to get you something as beautiful as my lover. What a charmer. You almost feel bad for what you're going to do with him. What? What are we gonna do to him? What are we gonna do? What? I don't like where this is going. Not one bit. Almost. What? Thank you for the flowers. I will try to gift you something later tonight in return. Although the flowers might not be suitable for what we'll be doing. Oh, really? I'm sorry, There's no need to blame yourself. I never told you what we were going to be doing after all. I'll keep them safe in my bag for now. Taking the flowers, you carefully place them in your bag. Where should we go then? Maybe we should get to know each other? Like, I actually really enjoy sewing. Maybe later. There's more important things to attend to. There's actually 2 places we can go, although drastically different. The first place is the batting range. It might be nice to exercise a bit. Your perfect love needs to be strong, not just in strength, but in rage. To watch him crush your enemies to gain your love. To watch him use force to get what he pleases. A devotion with violence is an important asset. I'm sure he has some rage after being bullied for so long. The second is a party on the other end. It might be nice to socialize with others to get them on our side. A perfect place to teach him how to manipulate others. A perfect love with the power to sway those around him, to do his bidding for him. A silver tongue and charismatic act. Sometimes the only way to fight fire is with fire itself. They both sound so interesting. Although I think you would know better. You can decide. Whatever you say, my pet. Then let's head to... So obviously, we can either do brains or bronze for this guy. Now, I find manipulation a little bit more intriguing, because that seems to be the whole theme for this game, is that we're manipulating him, and he could potentially manipulate others, or even us. So, maybe we should go to the party. I think that would be a lot of fun too, regardless. Let's try it. And just what is this plan that we have for him? By the sounds of it, it's almost as if we want to have a bodyguard of some type, something close to that. We'll see what happens. I think it's time for you to find some new friends. Parties are a fun way to get to know people. I don't know about that. I've never been good at parties. It's a college rite of passage, and I'll be there with you. Don't worry, you can trust me. We are dating for life, aren't we? Milo's face warms up. I can almost hear his heartbeat from here. For life? Well, yeah, but saying it out loud is... You chuckle a bit. What a pure boy. Come on, my pet. Let's head to the venue. I promise it will be worthwhile. We arrive in a venue, the lights flashing and the music blaring. Amongst the crowd, you see a red-haired girl dancing. Ah, Holly is here, huh? You smile. This couldn't be more perfect. Milo seems to flinch at all the stimulation he faces suddenly. Shh, it's okay, my pet. Let's head somewhere a bit more quiet. This makes me feel a little grody. Taking his hand, you bring him to the back where the tables are, Here goes the first part of the process. Milo, could you do something for me? What is it? If it's anything to do with bugs, I don't know if I can do that. Ha, it's nothing like that, my pet. Soon you will meet some friends of mine. Oh, that sounds nice. It sure will be. There will be a point in the conversation where I'll ask you to agree with me. You won't know what I'm talking about, but I'll need you to play along. All right, my pet? Milo seems to hesitate a bit before nodding. Okay. I'm sure whatever it is you're making me agree to is... Don't worry. It's, let's say, a way for you to learn. You smile slightly to reassure him, but it seems to only worry him more. You should follow your gut, buddy. Actually, I wanted to give you something for our first date. You pulled out some clip-on earrings for him. Clip-on earrings? Well, whatever floats your boat, buddy. Whoa, I've always wanted to try these. If you wear them now, we'll match. You point to the ones dangling on your ear. Why are you looking at me like that? I'll put it on right away. He clips it on eagerly and smiles giddily. Good grief. Does it look good? Everything looks good on you, my pet. With that, you and Milo hurried to meet your friends. Yo, you finally made it! I was wondering if you were gonna bail on us. A girl with brown hair and what looked to be a grass skirt was waving to us frantically. Valley, what do you mean by bail on you? I would never do that. Sure, like you didn't do that last time. She huffs dramatically, before seeing Milo hiding behind you. Oh, is this your new boy toy? Cute, it's been a while. How long is this one going to last? A month? 6? My name is Milo. It's nice to meet you. Valley, I'm sure you of all people know it's not good to talk about how long a partner is going to last. Besides, you cling onto his arm and you could feel Milo fidgeting and his body heating up again. Milo is going to be my future husband. Isn't that right, my pet? So we are a girl in this. Yeah, that's right. My pet is my lover. He seems like a bit different from the other ones you've dated. Don't you usually date more, scary people? No offense. So maybe you're right. I hope that you two have a long happiness together. She put up her cups to cheer to our new relationship. Oh, I forgot to introduce the rest of my gang. Silly me. The short one is Desmond. He's got a nasty temper. And I'm going to ruin you if you call me short again, Valley. Like I said, nasty. Still, it looks like you actually chose a decent person to date this time. Thank you? Let's try not to disappoint. I'm not really fond of troublemakers. I'll take note. Finally, there's Seth. Seth, could you stop reading for a second? Damn it, Seth, what are you doing? You have an interest in monsters of lore? The answer is still no, Seth. Wrong voice. So many voices to keep track of now. He grumbles, going back to his book. I would be interested... Really? Do you know about the monster of the forest? I heard that they kill innocents and are trying to get out. That's... He hesitates, but ultimately grips onto your arm strongly. He's not interested, Seth. After all, the only thing Seth cares about is being killed by a monster that doesn't exist. They exist. How do you explain the idea that everyone that goes in never comes out? I don't know. Maybe they just all fall in a pit or something, Seth. He grimaces, clearly annoyed at your lack of faith. Well, it's nice meeting you, Seth. Likewise. Conversation starts weaving and interconnecting, bouncing from topic to topic. Insects are the grossest, aren't they? What do they need so many legs for? The way they move is just so... Milo shudders in imagining... Oh god. Milo shudders imagining an insect crawling around. Speaking of insects, I think that she's here in this venue today. I saw her red hair the second I stepped in. Valley grimaces, then she mentions her, and the other two look away, not wanting to pry. I feel like this is a bad question, but, Holly. Valley and her used to date, but they haven't been on good terms. That's saying it lightly. She's the one who betrayed me. Got me kicked out of my last university, and for what? Weren't you, stealing data from the school? The point is, she screwed me over. Should have kept her mouth shut. Speaking of which, well... Huh? Come on, tell me. Don't bail out on information. You smile, feeding on Valley's love of gossip. I think Milo saw her yesterday giving a USB to someone. Based on his description, it sounds like it had a picture of a hula girl on it. What? She took the USB that got me kicked out and then tried to sell it to someone? Luckily, it seems the deal didn't go well, and she still has it on her. Isn't that right, Milo? All eyes turn on him, and you could feel his panic from here. Aries? What are you? Remember what you told me, Milo. You are supposed to agree with me. That you saw a girl with red hair and a green skirt trying to give that USB to someone. Remember what you promised? He hesitates, but he seems to remember what you told him earlier. Earth to Milo. Now that I think about it, I did see a redhead girl try to give the USB to someone, but I didn't know that was yours, so It's okay, Milo. There's no way that you would have known. But I did think you deserved to know the truth, Valley. I mean, Holly did such awful things to you. And now, what a hypocrite. I was angry too when I saw her downstairs. Looking at Valley, it was obvious that she was beyond anger. She threw her chair aside and marched down the stairs. You motherfucker! She's throwing hands, baby! Let's go! Argument started immediately, along with screaming and sound of glass breaking. Oh my god. Both Desmond and Seth run down to try and calm her down, and Milo tried to as well, but you stopped him. What? Milo, let's not deal with that mess right now, shall we? But what about... Don't worry. They can take care of it. As the fight below continued, you brought him into the hall to talk. That turned out well. You know what? I wish I had Azula's voice. I feel like this would be perfect for Ares' character. It turned out even better than expected, to be honest. It took a while to plant that USB, but it's worth it to get Milo exactly where you wanted him. Not to question you or anything, but why? Why did you make me lie about that? I mean, if you didn't bring that up, Valley wouldn't be fighting, and... Isn't it wrong to spread rumors like that? Is it really rumors if it's the truth? Valley has been making excuses left and right to excuse Holly's behavior towards her. No matter how much she yammers about how much she hates her, she's always had a soft spot for her. Angry about kicking her out, but never confronting her about it. Tragic. If it weren't for this, she would have never been able to snap out of it. But doing it like this is... Sometimes to get people to understand, we have to use unorthodox methods. He turns quiet, not knowing what to say. Towards people we like, towards people we hate. In the end, it doesn't really matter how we get there. It's the results that matter. You pat Milo's shoulder reassuringly. You did well, Milo. I'm proud of you. The best way to use information is for your own benefit, right? To yours and those you care about. Or to destroy someone like that bully of yours. The only way to fight fire sometimes is with fire. I mean, he'll never stop coming after you, you know. It's not wrong to protect yourself in this manner. He deserves it, doesn't he? Milo stops for a second, contemplative, then looks up at you with resolve. Please teach me, my pet. You smile. This is really turning out better than you planned. All right, so I think we're going to end on that note there. We're going to save there, and I think we'll continue off for next time, because I am actually out of time this time. Oh, anywho, this is actually a really interesting game. I am so interested to see how this manipulation game and game of lies is going to go about, because I've never actually played anything like this before. I've never played a manipulating character before, but I'm not going to lie, our main character that we're playing is actually pretty scummy. But obviously, ulterior motives are at hand here, and just what is in it for Milo? And what is in it for us? Why are we manipulating Milo in the first place? Understandably, we saw him being weak in the beginning, but just why? For what purpose? What is the end game here? Anywho, maybe we'll figure it out in the next video. But as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.